So guys, today we're going to be making a platformer game. If you don't know what a platformer game is, you can go and find one on the internet. So let's name our project Platformer. And let's get started. So go to Backdrops and draw your first platformer. And since you're not as advanced if you're watching this video, and just like it says on the cover, this is for medium people who know a little bit about Scratch, so I'm gonna make an easier platformer, not like the ones you see out there. So first you want to go and make a solid rectangle and make it dark brown and put it at the bottom of the screen. Then make another one and this time make it green and put it right on top of the first rectangle. So you should have something that looks kind of like dirt and grass. So you can have a Scratch Cat as your main character, but I recommend not to since he can get stuck. So I'd say you want to make your character a perfect square. If you want it to be perfect, you can just hold shift and it'll immediately make the square perfect. Make him a good decent size, about like that. And if you want, you can just stop here, or you can give him a little bit of detail. I'm going to just draw his eyes. If you draw his eyes, the code will be slightly more complicated since you have to make him turn. So I'm going to make his eyes pretty much directly in the middle. So if you want to make eyes, put them in the middle. If you want to make anything, put it in the middle. So as if he's facing toward you. And go back to scripts. Now go to events, put a when flag is clicked, go to motion, and drag your character to about right on top of the grass on the left side of the screen. Or if you're left-handed, you can put him on the right, but I'm going to put it on the left since the majority of people are right-handed. And this block automatically updates as you move your character around. So after I drag him right here, after this updates, I'm going to drag it under the flag. So now even if he's not in that position, when I click the flag, he will start there. Now we want to go to looks, make him show, go to control, put a forever loop with 2 if statements inside it, make another when flag is clicked, duplicate this and put it under that as well. Go to settings, and if you're more of a WASD guy, you can just do that. But I'm going to be doing it for the arrow keys people. So look for one that in sensing, go to one that says one space key pressed. Drag them all inside the little hexagons inside the if statements. And change key spaces pressed for the first one to right arrow. Or if you want to do WSD, change it to D. And for the other one, do left arrow or A. And for the other script, the new script, up arrow or W, and down arrow or S. So boom, we have our statement. So now we want to make him be able to move. Go to motions and scroll pretty much down and look for one that says change X by blank or 10 and drag it inside each of them. For the right arrow, you can change it to something like 5, left arrow -5, up arrow. For the up arrow, don't do X, actually put in Y, change Y by whatever. So 5 and -5, like so. So now he will move up and down on the command of your arrow keys. But since it's a platformer, this isn't how it's supposed to work. So for the down arrow, this is actually optional. If you're in the offline dinosaur game, if you press the down arrow, he'll come down quicker. But I'm not going to do that, so go get rid of the down arrow if you want to. So click the flag again. So this should be your code right here. But you don't want him going through walls, so controls, put another if statement under and then put in 2 X's there. So for the left arrow, change it to +5. For the right arrow, change it to -5. And go to sensing and put in a one touching color blink inside the hexagons. And click on it, and then click on your backdrop, the color, the first color you made, in this case brown. Most of the time it'll be the bigger color. So you'll notice later on that this means he won't be able to go through walls. So now for our up arrow, you want him to go down after he jumps. So let's make him go up 10 times, I suppose, and put in another if, kind of like this, but y by -5. So basically kind of like the right arrow and left arrow, but with y instead. So now when he goes up, if he's hitting another floating platform above him, he won't be able to go through it. And after that, he will go down. But instead of putting a repeat 10, put in a repeat until. And then duplicate this, but change the color to green, or your secondary box you made. And go to motions, change y by -5. So now guys, when you do the up arrow, he'll jump and we can move him around. If you want your guy to jump up a little faster or jump higher, you can change the repeat for higher and change the number if you want it to go faster. I want it to go faster. So yeah, he's too high. So I'm just gonna change this to 10, 13, -10, -10. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, so this is what I'm going to be doing, guys. Just adjust the numbers and the X and Y's a little if you don't like how fast or slow he moves. So I'm going to do that. 7 -7. Alright, this is good. Okay, so now one more thing. Go to backdrops. And so he always starts on the bottom left side of the screen. So guys, whatever you do, when you make your backdrops, make sure you have open space about right here. And then you can start drawing your actual backdrop levels. And another thing is change any color besides your 2 colors here and white. So black or any of these colors that you want that's visible. And you can click on the T over here, text. I'm going to make mine black. And you can type little texts here for if you want them to have instructions like use the like that. And even if they do somehow manage to touch this text, nothing will happen since we have no conditions for that. And now we want to have a way for him to be able to be moved to the next level. So let's go to this circle, ellipse, shift circle, and change it to any color you want that's not one of these. And I'm going to be choosing the yellow and put it wherever you want. So basically, when he touches this, it means he'll be transported to the next level. So change to any color you want and put it where you want the end of the level to be. I'm going to add one more instruction here on the top of the screen. Alright, so now I want to make the code for when our character touches this, he goes to the next level. So let's go back to events when the flag is clicked, forever if. And once again, put in 2 ifs here for completely separate reasons. So touching color, and then click on whatever color you want the level transportation to be, yellow in this case. And go to looks, and look over. Switch backdrop You have to scroll down a little, but switch backdrop to backdrop 1 and go ahead and drag it inside. But this is a little interesting. So drag in a backdrop name at the very bottom. Go to operators and drag in a plus. Put it in 1, like so. And boom. So now if we add another level, and in this level I'm just going to remove the text. Oh, and one more thing. For the backdrop code, when the flag is clicked, looks, switch backdrop to backdrop 1, the first level. So now, whenever I touch this, that's weird. Or guys, if this doesn't work for you, it isn't working for me for some reason, go to events, put in a broadcast message 1 into the thing instead. A new message, I'm going to put in level up. Gives you the wrong idea, but it works. Go back to stage. When I receive level up, which is in the events, looks, next backdrop. So now it should work. When I touch it, I go to the next level. You can keep on making levels, but this next thing I want to do will make it a little better. You don't have to do this, but I recommend it. Put another piece of text and put in red kills you, or whatever color you want to kill you. So go to the square or whatever you want and equip the color red and make an obstacle like a little lava lake right here. So basically the goal would be for him to jump over the lava. So one more thing we need to do, a few more things we need to do. Go to sprite 1, when touching color, boom. We have to duplicate this, get rid of everything under that, and this right here, the position moving, put it right under, and then put in another one touching color. I'm going to switch to the second backdrop and change it to red, and then duplicate this right here. And now when we touch the color red, we die, or we go to the beginning of the level. And if you find something impossible, you can always make the gap a little thinner, or you can make your character be able to jump higher, or so on. Or in this case, I'm just going to make the lava go down slightly. Yeah, never mind. That'll just make it a whole lot harder. So in this case, I'm just going to make the gap a little thinner, like this. Now he'll be able to jump over freely. Boom. Plus, you can edit how fast your character moves, but make sure if you change it, you have to change the other one with it. So -8, -8, 8. So you can adjust the speed. And so on. And you can make multiple levels. And you'll find that if you ever make it so that you have another mound of dirt, so, and make sure if you make another raised platform, make sure to make it so it raises with brown. Okay. So now we have multiple levels. Alright, so we have pretty much everything we need so far, but one last thing we need is to make another event block. As you saw previously, when I went off that platform, I'll show you. I didn't fall back down. So let's make that happen. Go to control, forever loop, if operators not sensing touching color green, and go to the up arrow script and duplicate the bottom one, repeat until it's the same color. That it should happen. So let's test it out. Alright guys, another thing you need to notice is that when you put in this script, he will stop being able to jump. The reason for that is when he does jump, he leaves the ground, and this automatically kicks in and he goes back to the ground. So put in and duplicate the up arrows pressed. Put in these two. So now should be able to jump. Oh wait, I made a slight mistake, guys. You have to put the up arrow in the end, like so. Put in a knot. So now we should be able to jump. Yeah, it works. Now, when he steps off the platform, he'll fall right back down. You can keep making these levels, making them more complicated, making add-ons. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.